The Roman army has come a long way from a poorly organized militia to a powerful fighting machine capable of conquering even the most fortified cities. The first major success of the Romans was the capture of the Etruscan city of Veii. However, this triumph did not come immediately. It took 3 wars, each of which lasted more than 10 years, to conquer the city. Veii, victory through siege. In the 5th century BC, the Roman troops were more of a militia than a professional army. Their poor discipline and inability to completely blockade the city allowed the Etruscans to successfully resist. In addition, Veii's allies constantly attacked the Romans, which significantly complicated the siege. The situation changed with the election of the dictator Camillus, who was granted emergency powers. He began with harsh measures. He executed deserters and forbade participation in small skirmishes, focusing his efforts on the siege. Under his leadership, additional troops were recruited, allies were attracted, and the enemies of the Etruscans, the Capenians and Falici, were defeated. Camillus ordered an underground passage to be dug under the city walls, and work was carried out around the clock. The final assault became legendary. The Romans distracted the defenders on the walls while a select detachment penetrated through an underpass into the city temple, where the ritual was supposedly taking place. The Romans, bursting out of the underground passage, chopped up the sacrificial animal, symbolically predicting victory. Be that as it may, in 396 BC Veii was captured and plundered. Siege strategy, isolation and technique. After the capture of Veii, the Romans developed a clear siege strategy. The key element was the complete encirclement of the city. Julius Caesar built a double ring of walls during the siege of Alesia, an inner one to blockade the city and an outer one to protect against reinforcements. The Gallic armies that tried to break the siege were defeated, and the city's garrison surrendered. If the capture of the city on the fly using battering rams and assault ladders was unsuccessful, a systematic siege began. The Romans used siege towers, catapults, mines and embankments. From Carthage to Jerusalem. The siege of Carthage during the Third Punic War lasted 3 years. However, by the 1st century AD, Roman siege technology had reached such perfection that, for example, Jerusalem was captured in just 2 months. During the Jewish wars, the Romans conquered fortifications such as Masada and Jotapata, despite their location on steep cliffs. To capture cities, the Romans often built embankments to the gates and used a battering ram called Ares ram. Its knob was usually made in the shape of a ram's head, and the ram itself was suspended on chains for ease of swinging. The ram was covered with a wooden canopy, protecting it from attacks from above. In Jotapata, the besieged tried to soften the blows of the ram by hanging sacks of chaff in front of it. But the Romans quickly found a way around this, cutting the sacks with sickles attached to poles. Even setting the battering ram on fire did not stop the besiegers. The engineers quickly restored it, continuing the attack. Roman technology at the service of conquest. The Roman army relied on advanced engineering solutions. Ballistas and scorpions fired at the walls, preventing the defenders from raising their heads, while assault troops, covered with shields, advanced towards the fortifications. The combined efforts of engineers, ballistarii and legionnaires invariably brought victory to the Romans. Thanks to its discipline, technology and ability to adapt to circumstances, the Roman army became one of the most powerful in history, capable of conquering any city or fortress. You have spent a few useful minutes on the internet. If you want to continue doing this, like and subscribe to the channel.